The first sign something was wrong wasn't the text itself. It was how carefully casual it sounded. Keeping it small this year, just siblings and spouses. Thought it would be less stressful for everyone. His mother had added a smiley face at the end, the way people do when they don't want you examining a sentence too closely. Evan read it twice in the parking lot outside his office before replying, "Makes sense. Hope you guys have a good Christmas." Then he sat there another minute longer than necessary, engine running. For most of his adult life, he had been useful in ways that disguised themselves as closeness. When his parents downsized after retirement, he bought the lake house they all used for holidays. Technically, it belonged to him. Legally, too. But everyone called it the family place, including him. It had seemed generous at the time. The mortgage came from his account. The utilities did too. The bundled vacation card for groceries, emergency repairs, streaming subscriptions, all of it stayed under his name because transferring things every season felt annoying and temporary. Nobody questioned it because nobody needed to. 3 days before Christmas, his neighbor at the lake texted him, "Big crowd this year." Evan stared at the message. "What do you mean? Cars everywhere already, Labal." A strange feeling opened quietly in his chest. Not panic, not anger. Recognition. An hour later, his cousin posted a photo online. Matching sweaters, bottles of wine lined across the kitchen island. His mother laughing with both hands around a mug. 42 people. And near the back, half turned toward the camera, stood Mara, his ex. Someone had written, "Whole family together again." Evan zoomed in once, then immediately locked his phone. He didn't move for a long time. What hurt wasn't even Mara being there. Relationships ended. Families adapted. People made compromises. It was the smoothness of it. The editing around him. As if the easiest solution had simply been removing the person who might complicate the atmosphere while continuing to use everything attached to him. Around midnight, he opened his laptop. The property dashboard loaded automatically. Heating, active. Vacation grocery delivery scheduled for 700 a.m. Temporary spending card active. Internet bundle, premium holiday package enabled. He rested his hand against his mouth. Still, nobody had called. No, we should have explained. No, this got awkward. Nothing. Just the silent expectation that infrastructure would continue functioning. He froze the spending card first. That felt practical. Then, he canceled the grocery delivery before fulfillment finalized. He almost stopped there. Instead, after another minute, he opened the internet provider app and suspended service to the house. The screen asked, "Are you sure?" He clicked yes before he could reconsider. The next morning he muted the family chat after 30 unread messages appeared in less than an hour. What happened to the Wi-Fi? Is the card locked? Can someone call support? By noon, frustration had replaced confusion. Kids were complaining. The smart TVs were useless. Someone had apparently planned multiple grocery runs around the delivery order that never arrived. His brother-in-law drove 20 miles for basics because the pantry had been stocked lightly on purpose. Then came the text from his sister. "Did you seriously shut down the whole house?" Evan read it while standing in line for coffee. For a moment, he almost replied defensively. Something sharp, something accumulated. Instead, he typed, "I thought we were keeping things small." 3 dots appeared, disappeared, reappeared. Nothing came. An hour later, the HOA property manager called. Apparently, several guests had complained about parking overflow and gate access failures connected to disconnected network controls. The manager's tone was polite, professional. But every sentence landed strangely. "As homeowner, we need your authorization. Since the property is under your account, we can only discuss access changes with you directly. Not with his parents, not with the loudest relative in the group chat. Him." Something settled inside him during that call. Not triumph. Worse, maybe. Clarity. That evening, his mother finally phoned. "You embarrassed everybody," she said first, but without force, more tired than angry. Evan stayed quiet. Then she sighed. "We didn't think you'd want to come if Mara was here. You could have asked." Another silence. In the background he could hear dishes, distant voices, a child crying briefly. It was supposed to avoid tension, she said softly. And that was the unbearable part. He believed her. Nobody had gathered in a room plotting cruelty. No villain speech, no deliberate exile. They had simply arranged the holiday around convenience, and he had become the person most convenient to leave out. That night, he restored the heat settings remotely after temperatures dropped lower than expected. He left the internet off. Not punishment, boundary. By the end of the weekend, several relatives checked into nearby hotels. The atmosphere in family photos turned visibly thinner. Smaller groups, fewer captions. His sister texted once more before everyone left. "I think we got used to you always absorbing things." Evan didn't answer right away. A week later he drove to the lake house alone. The place smelled faintly like stale food and pine cleaner. Someone had missed an ornament under the couch. A wine glass sat cracked near the sink. He walked room to room slowly. No anger now, just exhaustion. At the router cabinet, he reactivated the internet service and watched the lights blink back to life one by one. Benny stood there in the quiet house, hands in his pockets. For years, the place had felt like proof he belonged to something. Now, for the first time, it felt like it belonged to him.